Yeah, we come. Um, all right. So I've been reading a book which has nothing to do with neo-life whatsoever, but there was an interesting concept presented there. And this person was saying that our minds are really tools. And just as you have a tool for anything you might do, you have cooking tools and plumbing tools and what have you. The thing about a tool is A, that you've got to know how to use it, and B, that you've got to learn how to put it down when you don't actually need it. And we are very bad at putting down the mind tool and letting ourselves rest from the constant jabber, which was the theme of the book I'm reading. But what I want to address is the idea that our minds are tools and we need to master how to use the tool. So mastering our mindset is a tool that we can practice and that we can master and that we can get better results with. Um, so how does the brain work? The way our brain works is to look for problems and then to help us find solutions for those problems. That's its job. So no matter what question you ask your brain, it will try and answer it. It will answer it, whether it knows the answer or not, in fact. It will make up an answer if necessary. And so our job is to learn how to be mindful about how we ask our brain the questions. Because if we ask the right questions, we will get the sort of information we're looking for. And if we ask the wrong questions, we won't. So here's an example. What many of us might find ourselves saying is, you've tried before and haven't succeeded, and so on. So it will persuade you that you are bad at sponsoring, therefore, that is why you can't sponsor someone. And of course, that is totally useless information. We need to ask a very similar question that gives us a better answer so that we've got something to work with. So a better alternative is, how can I sponsor someone? Now your brain is being asked for solutions. Brain retrieves for you is very different indeed. The response to the first question is basically useless information, and the response to the second way of couching the question is useful information, which we can then go on and benefit from. So here's another example. Why can't I get retail customers? Finding answers to the questions you ask. So why is this so? The reason is that when you ask a why question, your brain focuses on the past. It focuses on the negative emotions that came along with the experiences that you have, because its job is to protect us and keep us safe and comfortable, and not to repeat the mistakes of the past. So if it reminds you of those mistakes, it is likely that you won't repeat them. brainstorming exercise. I'm sure that most of us who've worked in situations where there are teams have done brainstorming exercises where you give your brain free rein to put into the pool whatever comes into your head relating to a particular question. The impossible, the far-fetched, the possible, the silly, no matter what. And out of that, you can get some very creative and useful information. So here are some more possible questions we can ask. How can I attract more prospects into my business? How can I build my business while I'm commuting to work? Interesting one for those of us who commute. How can I follow up with 5 prospects a day or today? Interesting one for someone like me, because the idea of following up with 5 prospects seems like a Mount Everest to me. But maybe I could come up with some answers to that. How can I build my business during my lunch hour? I'm reminded of one woman who only had a lunch hour to build her business in, but she used that lunch hour 5 days a week very, very effectively, and within 7 months had replaced her school secretary salary with her Neolife business. How can I be the best sponsor? How can I find a potential leader today? How can I be a better person? How can I reach more prospects, since a lot of people are working from home right now? How can I increase awareness of my business today? How can I motivate myself to follow up with 5 prospects today? How can I motivate my team to attend the next big event? There's something we can all ask, because the next big event is just round the corner. And how are we going to get some team members there? How are we going to get ourselves there, for that matter? Just think about that. How can I build belief in my business today? How can I focus more on giving back to the community? How can I focus on spending quality time with my family today? So those are just some examples. And I want to just say to you, I've actually asked questions mostly related to building our Neolife businesses, but it doesn't only apply to that. It applies to our whole lives. We've got to learn to ask the questions differently so that we can get more constructive answers. So it's something really, really, really worth practicing, changing the why question into the how question. So I'm going to give up visit the question and then take the proposed actions. And then, and only then, will we reap the results. So it's short and sharp. I have done it before, but when I saw it again, I thought I could hear that again. I've forgotten it. I figure that that's probably likely for you as well. And there probably are people who never heard it the first time. So I hope that that's useful. And it's one of the things we need to teach our teams is ask the right question in order to get the useful answers. Thank you.
Thanks, Andre. Awesome. Always awesome. So thank you for that. I think maybe we should just stop the recording and